noticed that no matter where people are born or what they choose to believe, one question never seems to disappear. Why do so many of us feel that there might be something greater than ourselves? My friend, this isn't just a question about religion. It's a question about human nature. For thousands of years, people have prayed, meditated, built temples, crossed deserts, climbed mountains, and searched for moments that felt larger than everyday life. But why? Is that feeling simply the result of activity inside the human brain? Or could it be pointing towards something we still don't fully understand? Today, instead of beginning with belief, let's begin with evidence. Let's explore what neuroscience, psychology, and philosophy have discovered about one of the oldest questions humanity has ever asked. For centuries, people searched for answers in secret books, ancient traditions, and places of worship. Today, science has another place to look: the human brain. My friend, modern neuroscience can now watch the living brain as thoughts, emotions, and experiences unfold. Scientists can see which regions become more active, which networks begin communicating, how blood flow changes, and how electrical signals shift from one moment to the next. When someone meditates, prays, or reports a profound spiritual experience, the brain often shows patterns of activity. The modern science can now observe. Attention shifts. Emotional networks become quieter. Some regions involved in our sense of self become less active. Others, related to awareness, meaning, and emotional processing, become more engaged. It sounds incredible, and it is. But here is where the mystery begins, because none of those brain scans can tell us what the experience actually feels like. They can show us what the brain is doing, but not why that experience feels so real, so meaningful, or so deeply life-changing. And that leaves us with an even bigger question. Is the brain creating these experiences? Or is it helping us experience something beyond itself? Before we try to answer that, let's first understand what modern neuroscience has really discovered. What have scientists actually discovered when someone enters a deep spiritual experience? Surprisingly, quite a lot. Across hundreds of studies using brain imaging, heart rate monitors, and other physiological measurements, researchers have found that the brain and the body often change together. One of the first things they often observe is a shift in attention. The outside world becomes quieter while awareness turns inward. At the same time, a network inside the brain often becomes less active. A network scientists call the default mode network. This network is deeply involved in our constant inner dialogue, thinking about ourselves, worrying, remembering the past, imagining the future, and maintaining our sense of me. During many forms of meditation and some profound spiritual experiences, that inner conversation often becomes quieter. Meanwhile, other brain regions related to attention, emotional awareness, compassion, and meaning may become more active. Different regions begin communicating in new ways. the brain becomes less distracted and more integrated. But the brain isn't the only thing that changes. Researchers have also observed slower breathing, greater heart rate variability, a sign that the body may be shifting toward a calmer, more balanced state. Stress responses often become quieter, while the nervous system begins favoring rest, recovery, and restoration. Many people also describe something else, a deep sense of peace, feeling of connection, greater compassion, less fear, less anxiety. Sometimes even lasting changes in how they see themselves and the world around them. All of this can now be measured: brain activity, blood flow, heart rhythms, breathing, even changes in stress physiology. But one question still remains. Are these changes creating the experience? Or are they simply revealing what happens when the experience begins? My friend, after everything we've seen, a new question naturally appears. If the brain changes during a spiritual experience, does that mean the brain creates the experience itself? At first, the answer may seem obvious. If scientists can measure changes inside the brain, surely the brain must be causing the experience. But science is so often more careful than that. Imagine watching a breathtaking sunset. Scientists can observe activity in your visual cortex. They can measure electrical signals, blood flow, and the communication between different brain regions. But no one would conclude that your brain creates the sunset itself. The brain is responding to something you are experiencing. This illustrates one of the most important principles in science. Observing brain activity doesn't automatically tell us what caused the experience. It tells us what the brain was doing while the experience was happening. This difference is extremely important. Scientists call it the difference between correlation and causation. Two things can happen at the same time without one necessarily causing the other. This is why many neuroscientists are careful about the conclusion they draw. Brain scans can reveal patterns, networks, electrical activity, and blood flow, but by themselves they cannot answer the deeper question. Did the brain generate the experience? Or did the brain simply respond to it? Today, science can't answer the question with certainty. What neuroscience has given us is extraordinary. For the first time, we can watch the living brain during moments that once belonged only to personal experience. But understanding how the brain processes an experience is not the same as explaining why that experience exists. And perhaps that distinction is one of the most valuable lessons modern science has taught us. Because sometimes understanding how something happens is very different from understanding why it happens. And perhaps that is exactly where our journey continues. After everything we've discovered together, perhaps the most important question is no longer whether the brain changes during a spiritual experience. We already know that it does. The real question is this: how far can science actually go? Modern neuroscience can observe electrical activity, blood flow, communication between brain regions. It can measure patterns with astonishing precision. Things that only a few decades ago were completely invisible. Scientists have studied thousands of people, experienced meditators, monks, nuns, people praying, and even people who came close to death and survived. Again and again, certain patterns appear. Attention often becomes stronger. emotional actions become quieter, breathing slows, different brain networks begin communicating in new ways. These findings have been observed across many studies, and they continue to deepen our understanding of the human brain. But, my friend, science is careful, because discovering a pattern is not the same as discovering its ultimate cause. Seeing the brain respond doesn't automatically tell us why it responded. Some researchers have even tried to reproduce certain spiritual experiences inside laboratories, using magnetic stimulation and other technologies. Some participants reported powerful experiences. Others reported nothing unusual. When other scientists repeated those same experiments, the results were not always the same. And that is exactly why science never stops asking questions. Every result must survive new experiments, new evidence, and careful criticism. Perhaps that is the greatest strength of science. Not that it claims to know everything. No, but that it is willing to change when better evidence appears. So today, what can we honestly say? We know the brain changes. We know those changes can be measured. We know some patterns appears again and again. But my dear friend, there is still one question that remains. Does the brain create the experience? Or is it responding to something we don't yet fully understand? Perhaps the greatest discovery isn't what we have learned about the universe. Perhaps the greatest discovery is what this journey has revealed about ourselves. Because long before we built telescopes, microscopes, or measured the activity of the human brain, we were already asking questions, wondering, and we still are. We are not here to prove. We are not here to judge. We are here to question, to explore, and to search together. Thank you for being with me on this journey filled with wonder. From the bottom of my heart, thank you. Welcome to Human Paradox.